Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, original, chapter number 3, text number 25. Shakta karmani avidvamsho yada kurvandi bharata kuryad vidvams tada shaktas chikirshur Logamangalam. Shakta karmani avidvamsha. Avidvamsha means those people who are not in real knowledge. Sometimes we take the university's knowledge as real. But we must understand what we obtain or gain knowledge from universities are not actually the real knowledge. It is a Shilpa Kala. Shilpa Kala means craftsmanship. So we learn technology, science. We have to actually see the knowledge through the eyes of God. At least we can use our eyes to read the pages of the Shastra given by the Acharyas. By studying that, you can get the real knowledge. All other knowledge is considered to be ignorance. That is what Krishna is telling you. A person who remains in ignorance, avidvamsha. Vidvamsha, avidvamsha. Shakta karmani avidvamsha. A person who is attached, fruitive action. The fruits of the action, which is naturally stipend, salary, profit, small profit, bigger profit, biggest profit. When they are actually attached to that, they won't actually listen to the true real knowledge, which naturally teaches everyone detachment. But they don't want to be detached. They want to be attached. So the first ignorance is that we identify ourselves part of this material world, which we are not. We are simply guests in this world. And second is that we think that we are this physical manifestation, this material body. Third is everyone who are connected to us is the only true reality. All others are not ours. They are just phantasmagoria. Agasha Pushpa. Right? Have you seen flower blooming in the sky? It's called Agasha Pushpa. You hear that horse ever gave the egg? Horse never give egg. So we are living in that fantasy, which is called ignorance. Avidvamsha, Krishna says, a person who is attached to everything that is connected to him, including the earning of the money, he is avidvamsha, not vidvamsha. But a person who is in knowledge, he should not discourage that agyani. He should act in such a way that person who is not in knowledge may continue his fruitive actions, but he should be engaged in the service of the Lord. This agyana is pervaded all over this planet now. As Kali Yuga progresses more and more and more, people become degenerate. They advance in opposite direction. Not we are actually advancing in positive direction. The north is the top of the universe. The south is the bottom of the universe. Urdhvam gachanti sattvastha. Those who are situated in the mode of goodness cultivate real knowledge, and those guys progress towards heavenly planet, northern direction. To enter there, one has to cultivate the sattva guna, and those who cultivated rajas and tamas, they live in the bottom of the planet, which are also called subterranean heavenly planet, but there is no God at all, not even his shadow there. So we may live a demoniac life there, like on the earth planet. There are so many people who are very rich, but they like to enjoy life and remain where they are. So such people are transported to the bottom of the planet. So these are called Vidvamsha, knowledge. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Hara Andhakara. Krishna is like a sun where there is no darkness. But material energy is completely dark. What is darkness? Absence of light. So when there is no knowledge, then we are in ignorance. We more often justify ourselves because the condition, because the life we are living in, we want to accept that as reality. We don't respect the sadhus, we don't respect God, we just live on our mental plane, and everything that is enjoyable, we try to enjoy, and for that purpose, you don't need anybody's advice that I am completely happy because in my account there is some money. But sadhus teach detachment in the way that you may use everything you have in a proper manner. That is called detachment. Detachment means not misusing your own resources given by God. Therefore, associate with real sadhus. They are the source of happiness. Reject all other association. Pure devotees are not only the source of happiness, they are also source of liberation from birth and death. The material world is simply illusory. Why? Because it only provides you peace of affections. The affection that you obtain from people is just pieces. Little here, little there, little here. And you work hard to get that little affection, which is flickering. Sometimes the parents think, I cannot live without my son, without my daughter. Because your attachment is so high, you cannot give that love or take that love forever. As the child grows, your affection wane. As the child grows, even that piece of affection also reduces day by day, exactly like a waning and waxing moon. Sometimes your affection increases, sometimes it decreases. That is depend on the growth of the child. As they grow bigger, your love goes down. So don't be attached to these pieces of affection with your mother, father, children, pet animals. These are not constant. To gain or to achieve that happiness, you have to work very hard and make money. And with that money that you try to satisfy them to get their affection also. You are affectionate to them. To gain their affection, you have to pay the price. That is the different objects. You have to supply them. They in return give you some affection. These are called pieces of affection. This material cosmic manifestation is simply a great illusion, because everything here appears to be tangible reality. In actuality, it is not. Just like a rope, at dark you think it is a snake, but it is not a snake. That does not mean the real snake does not exist. Now you have taken the rope as a snake. That is the whole point. There is real happiness, but we have taken the material cosmic manifestations varieties as happiness, which is called illusion. That does not mean the real happiness doesn't exist. You have taken the rope as a snake. So therefore, these happinesses soon going to evaporate. Exactly like a dashing of the waves create so many bubbles, but eventually all the bubbles will be destroyed. Sometimes cloud appears above us and gives so much rain, and eventually the cloud disappears. But the sky and luminaries at the sky always exist. So the material happiness that we are searching for in this world, or we are enjoying, is just transient. God and His devotees always exist to protect and give counseling and bless and give best wishes. If you do not see these realities as reality and taking unreality as reality, there is no one as unfortunate as us. Yeshantu antagadam pavam jananam punya karmanam te dondu moha nirmuktam bhajante mam dridhavradaha. A person who has put an end to his sinful activities, andagadam pavam jananam punya karmanam, and he has rendered so much punya karma not only in this life, also in his previous lives, only that person is deserved to be free from Dvandva Nirmuktam, dualities of this material world. Duality means happiness, misery, cold, hot, honor, dishonor, agreement, disagreement. All these things are what going on in this world. I like one thing, you don't like that thing. Te dvandva moha nirmuktam. So when they are free from these dualities of this material world, bhajante mam dridhavradaha, they can render devotional service to me with determination. Otherwise, you live in this world because you have created so many isms: altruism, philanthropism, anthropologism, and so many groups: Muslim group, Hindu group, Christian group, Jaini group, Buddhi group. Jainism and Buddhism. All these groups we have created from our own imaginations, and we are suffering. Exactly like a cocoon creates its nest from its own saliva and traps inside and unable to come out. And what is this religion in any way? These religions are made based on the food. I am a Muslim, so I can eat cows. That is my dharma. I am a Christian, I can eat pig. I am a Jainist. I am a vegetarian. I do not eat anything that is coming from the earth. Ultimately, everything is coming from the earth. I am a Buddhist. I can also eat anything nowadays. I am a Hindu. Because all these guys are eating and sleeping in different manner, I will also follow them. I am a Hindu, big imitator of other religions. They are eating cows and buffaloes. We also would start eating that. Because for us, we don't have anything of our own. Because Sanatana Dharma is demolished. They more often say Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Dharma. What do we know about Sanatana Dharma? Sanatana Dharma is the Dharma of the spiritual world that we practice here, so that when we get perfected by such practice, we can go back to that Sanatana sky, and we have no idea about that. So these religions are created based on their eating, sleeping, mating, defending. You ask them how much you love God. Religion without conception of God is simply a modified atheism, fanaticism. There is no God. There is no conception of a definite God. Some ideas are there. And they have given that idea some name also. In this way, the people cannot mix one another. Why? Because all these religious people or religionists, or follower of religions have their own way of understanding God, not from the scriptural viewpoint. Just like you cannot create laws at home or in your community, the laws have to come from the government, from the state or central. They are the lawmakers. Similarly, religion we cannot create. It is already created by God. You just follow. There is an Oxford and Webster's dictionary, and that is celebrated all over the world as the topmost of all dictionaries. But if you have a pocket dictionary in your pocket, that also gives you some words and meanings, but that may not have that many words. 5 lakhs, 500,000 words, or 1 million words. Those are we find in a bigger and biggest dictionaries. Similarly, Vedas means Oxford Dictionary or Webster's Dictionary, biggest of all dictionaries. All words are there. All knowledge are available there. That is the Vedas. Vedanta, end of knowledge. This pocket dictionary like books, holy books, like Bible, like a Quran. There are also some book in Punjab. Those books are also have some idea about God. There are definitely information about God, but not like an ocean of knowledge of God. That is available in the Vedas. So everybody is pursuing and searching, researching about God, but God cannot be speculated like that. There is no need for speculating God. We are going to only waste our time and energy simply by speculation. Take it as it is given in the Vedic literature. Exactly like the laws of the government cannot be speculated. Take it as they made it. These laws can be modified, amended every other day or day. But Vedas cannot be amended by any of us, nor Bible can be amended by Christians, nor other religious texts can be amended. It has to be taken as it is if you believe in that. So, in the Vedas, all departments of knowledge is available, which is complete. Therefore, follow the Vedic literature. And that Vedic literature is summarized in this age of Kali Yuga by Srila Vyasadeva 5,000 years ago, and it has given to us in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, which explains the primary creation, elemental creation, secondary creation, and our role in the material world. It is mentioned in Ishopanishad, Andam tamaha pravishyanti ye avidyam ubasade tado bhuyo ivate thamo yayu vidyayam radaha. Those who are engaged in the culture of nescience, which means ignorance, cultivating ignorance, nescient activities. Andam tamaha pravishyanti. Pravishyanti means enter into the ignorance. Ye avidya ubasade. Those who worship the avidyas. Tado bhuya ivate tamo. Worse than those ignorant people are the people who cultivate the so-called culture of knowledge. So the misguiding mainstream civilization and their knowledge is nothing other than worse than the ignorance. In the form of so-called culture of knowledge, they send every single person in this world to the hellish region. That is our modern education. I am not saying, Ishopanishad is saying. Andam tamaha pravishyandi ye avidyam ubhasade tado bhuyo ivate tamo yavu vidyayam radaha. Worse than those ignorant people are the people who gives you the so-called culture of knowledge. Not only in the scientific field and technological field, also in religion. Remember that. Veda nishiddha madhyarthake veda mukhe mane. Veda nishiddha pabakare dharma nahi jane. More often they quote their scriptures. At the same time, they commit all kinds of sinful activities. More often, they speak from their holy textbooks. But they don't follow anything what is mentioned in the textbook. Veda nishita bhavakare dharma nahi jane. Because they do not know the real religious principles, they commit all kinds of sinful activities. So that is ignorance. So Lord actually is saying vidvamsha avidvamsha. Therefore, one who has this true Krishna conscious knowledge, give others. By not disturbing their work, using the wisdom, engage them in the service of the Lord. Not disturbing their so-called work they are doing, at the same time, engage them in the true spiritual activities very wisely. Because the world is full of nations. And people are going after that because these nations gives some kind of pleasure to them. Why? Because the nations gives one sort of results and knowledge gives another sort of result. By following the nations, you won't get the knowledge of the culture of knowledge. You get the result of only nations. What is that? Punarabi maranam, punarabi jananam. Again, enter into a father's womb, and he will discharge into a lady's womb, and in that discharge you float, swim. Due course of time, it like a plum, and the body grows and stay in the womb of that lady. We are born like that, and we don't want to repeat that again. Therefore, rise from nations and situate in the real knowledge. But if you want to swim again in the same stuff, like a Vaidarani river, before entering to the hellish planet, there is a Vaidarani river. You have to swim and cross. to enter into the emerged planet. And we are forced to do that if we are that sinful. What is that Vaidarani river consist of? Urine, stool, hair, nail, blood, pus, flesh, bone. And there are so many other disgusting stuff there. We have to swim. Then you reach the other end after so many days of swimming. We don't want that kind of experience. These miseries in this material world is sufficient for us to understand that we are simply a bunch of fools who were rebellious to the Supreme Lord. Because of that, we were cast into this material world which is full of miseries. Let us cultivate knowledge. Do not desire one more birth. It may be too late. Better to be late than never. Take up the process of devotion service for our own self-interest. Be selfish in this matter. Don't hear anybody. Otherwise, you get the result of nations. Krishna is telling all of us who have cultivated this knowledge, engage others. Chikishur Logamangalam, in the service of Him. Feel compassion for them. Save them from drowning to the fathom of this material Vaidarani river. We will continue. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.